Last time on the Great Ace Attorney.
I'm a born liar. I'm a diver, don't forget.
Well, I don't know what exploring the sea has anything to do with...
And yet you've never actually confessed to doing anything, have you? You've always said, oh, you don't believe me because I'm a rotten liar and yada yada. I bet you think that I did it, don't you? La da 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 da, but not actually saying that you have.
Mr. Sholmes, kindly do one, mate. I
have purchased a book about law, and I promise that I will try to read it on my next holiday.
But Mr. Naruhodo, you've never taken a holiday in your life. Ah, yes, well, slight flaw in the plan.
Please, I implore you, if we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears.
Oh. Going dark. Vertebrate 7.
Light fading.
Can't hold on to life any longer.
My
mother? Is that you, mother?
My aching back.
The first, right, is you get up on a building with a hang glider, and then you go after the pigeon and you try to nab it as it's flying away.
No. What you do, right, is you just jump off the building and flap your arms really hard.
Be one with the pigeon.
And then you catch the pigeon while you're flying.
And then the third one is you get a trampoline, right? And you try to jump high enough to nab the pigeon before it gets too far away.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade.
It's Lestrade, you old Bert.
How dare you?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Disillusion Plays the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we play the games and do the voices.
Wait, what?
What's wrong, Sarah?
Why is Monokuma here?
Why is Monokuma here? That's a good question.
You're not in this game.
Because why could Monokuma not be here? Maybe he wants to do the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
No! We don't want any despair in this one.
Although I suppose if I'm gonna be here, that means a certain other person could be here too.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Of course.
Why are you apologizing? Anyway, this bit has gone on for far long enough, so I'm gonna get the heck out of here, and I'm gonna take Monami with me. Get out of here!
Editing Pete is going to go back in this bit and be like, why did I do this? Why did I do any of this?
And with that, I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Taylor.
Yes. And if you like our stupid stuff, then you know what to do. You gotta hit that big red button, everybody. It really helps us out. Oh no, it's him. The vampire. I now ask the court to turn its attention to the plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. Oh, Redman. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop.
Technically not windowless,
that was found locked. Excuse me.
Because there was the little door in the door.
Door in the door.
We could see through.
The door in the door?
Yeah, the little peephole.
It's like it was a little box. Yeah. It was like a little thing.
Well,
Yeah, you'd have to it'd have to be
That's a window.
You'd have to be like the size of a ferret.
Well, here's the thing, Pete. I don't know if you know this, but you can actually shoot a gun through a small hole now, can't you?
That is true.
That is true. That is true. And in that case, you'd think that they would have found the bullet in the shop, wouldn't you? Like, behind him. I suppose it was Gregson looking for it, and let's be honest, he's not exactly the most thorough person.
No, what's all this sunshine? I won't have you casting aspersions on the fine bobbies of Scottish yarn now, will you?
In this...
I'll charge you with lies and salamander.
Salamander!
I think you mean slander, Inspector Gregson. What? Have have I been saying it wrong this whole time?
Gavel, gavel, gavel.
I'm gonna stop this.
Gavel, 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 gavel.
Do you all mind? If you don't all quieten down, I will have to throw you out in contempt of court. Do you hear? Or something, some such.
In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windibank, and the accused.
Oh dear.
It may...
I forgot about Mr. Russian war criminal and the mouse. I'm not sure how I forgot.
But we did.
You know,
Go on, Taylor. What are you gonna say?
it's.
No, you go.
We can't
Go
tell
on, Taylor.
that we're working remotely. No, I find it's very interesting that it's like they've made a point of saying that the witnesses all kind of look the same, right? It almost makes you wonder if this is all kind of like a grand conspiracy. And it's actually like a kangaroo court where they just, disguise the witnesses as different people.
Maybe.
To try to make you think they're different people.
Yeah.
But
Could well
I don't know.
be.
It's very strange. Or maybe they were just trying to explain away the budgetary restrictions.
I mean, I suspect the latter, honestly, but I mean, who knows? It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene,
Dun, dun, dun.
she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say.
Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway?
She's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums of the East End.
Oh, well, it's only about a time before she got blood on her hands then.
What are the jury's waiting for? She's guilty as hell.
Objection! We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. For example, some people might have to drink blood from a wine bottle. And we try not to judge them either.
My learned Nipponese friend. It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions.
Mustatent. Did you see that?
What?
Who mustn't.
Mustn't.
Oh dear. Whoopsie.
Mustatent.
Whoopsie.
The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case.
Oh.
Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved.
Excuse me?
There were witnesses.
Were there?
Beg pardon?
Good gracious.
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpurse or cold-hearted killer.
This is why you have to do your you have to do your warm-ups, I saw Susie sitting in a shoe shine shop. Or Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Thank you, Tyler. Here's to establishing the truth.
Is this where the witnesses are like very obviously evil guys, or they're gonna come up here and be like, yes, I saw the girl shoot the man. Why are you laughing like
It's
that?
not Waluigi.
No reason.
It's not Waluigi on the stand. Just like,
I've
Friggin'
also,
Waluigi and Wario. Wah!
I'm also curious, how the hell there were witnesses at 1 in the morning? Why the hell were they in the shop at 1 in the morning?
yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question, and will probably come up later on if we advance the dialogue.
The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence.
The floor pan.
The floor plan. Sod off. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeiks.
No.
At once, my lord.
The
They're
crime
mine.
scene.
No one can have them.
The crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record. Windibank's revolver has been entered into the court record.
This isn't good.
Yep, no. Yep.
I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
I think that's because it has. Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the cloak's off.
Swoosh.
Serious business.
Let us begin.
Having old lot who turned out lots. Oh Jesus, why? I can't see a thing.
I'm just imagining like in the public gallery or like the Van Zeiks fan club, like, I've got his cloak! Oh, it smells just like. I'm never gonna wash this. I'm never gonna wash this.
They're just swooning like.
It just smells
Falling
extremely strongly of like red wine and BO.
Oh, that's not a good combo.
Let us begin.
Oh, he's so forceful.
Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windibank on the 6th of April of this year.
16th.
16th. I couldn't see. I couldn't see it for
I
me.
can't read while I'm also trying to see things.
I can't read while I'm also trying to say things. On the 16th of April of this year. God darn it.
Oh, yes, they look. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yep, they look.
Taylor has once again seen into the future.
I love the cross, like the freaking
Oh my
the cross with the skull on the top of it.
No, I will admit it's a little bit suspicious. I mean, what with raccoon-like marks around their eyes and their general shifty appearance, and the fact that they were there at 1 a.m. in the morning, but I assure you, they are reliable witnesses.
It reminds me of that Mitchell and Webb sketch with the German officers, and they've got these little badges on their helmets, and he's like, "Oh, badge, they've got skulls on. Our helmets have got skulls on. Are we the baddies?" And it just makes me think of that. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Robert, I mean, stand up.
My name's Robin Banks. Nash Sulky.
All right, who wants to be tall guy? Who wants to be short guy?
What sort of voices do we think these guys are going to have? Hello there, or like,
Name's Nash Sulking.
Skulking.
I don't know, actually.
Or I suppose it could be more like Dick Dastardly.
Oh,
Name's
could be.
Nash Skulking.
Oh, he does look like
He
Dick
does look a
Dastardly.
bit like Dick Dastardly.
And then I suppose the other one, the other one is Muttley.
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is baddie. Professional baddie.
I like how
professional.
And then this one.
Hey, name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him.
All right then.
Tobias Gregson, Scottish Yard Inspector, in honour of a brand new headache. Tush! Oh, I guess it's okay. We got to do this. We got to do this in unison, Sarah.
Oh, have we? Oh God. Okay.
Well, it doesn't say. It says Nash is doing.
No, it's just Nash. So they're each Nash.
Oh, they're both called. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hang on a second.
Oh no, they're both called Skulkin. I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
They're both
It's
called
Nash
Skulkin.
and Ringo Skull.
Emerald, yeah.
That's right. Well, what they call?
Oh,
The
The Skulkin Brothers.
the three
I-
Skulkin
Alright.
brothers.
I go 3, 2, 1. The three Skulking Brothers.
Skulkin Brothers.
Well, I'm not bloody doing it.
What are you looking at me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot. God, blimey, that's... Oh, my God, I can't even figure this... So it's like Dick Dastardly is very evil, but then it would also need to be British?
Dick Dastardly has got this sort of like, yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, blimey,
that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through? There we go, something like this.
It's our older bruv. Lost contact with him, and we have. So we're scouring every shady corner of the capital.
And then last night we come across you. A very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
Oh, God, could you imagine? If Gregson was actually...
Related to these two.
Oh, my lordy.
He is, Nash, he is. Very spit of him.
So,
Oh, apples and pears. Apples and pears, stairs. It's Cockney rhyming slang.
I mean, I don't know why it's got anything to do with stairs in this. I mean, you are right, the apples and pears meaning stairs, but they're not talking about stairs, so it's a weird...
I know, but I guess that's it. There's apples and pears.
So we decided then and there what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you.
Big bruv Sulky.
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 Ugh, come on, leave it out, you two.
Sulky skulking. That's before he's
Well then.
I've come here to dispense justice and 8 chips, and all of my chips have vanished from the paper into my gullet.
Inspector Sulky Gregson.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias.
What I would like to know, Inspector, is what are you doing in the witness stand?
The Skulking brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Oh, well, I'm completely shocked.
Thieves, are they? These three?
No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot.
2 nights ago, these brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
Well, I guess that explains why they're in the shop at 1
So, you see what the thing was? We heard this detective going on about this bank and where all this stuff had been stolen in preparation for the welfare.
That's right.
So I said to myself, Self, if we break in theirs, we never's gonna have to rob anything again.
What's right? And I heard we got wind of this here old this vault from Mr. Sholmes, I think it was.
Yes, too right.
Yeah.
He was going on about how top secret it was and then going, I shouldn't have said that, but we heard it, didn't we, Skulky?
Oh, yes, we did. If you ask me, he did us a right old favour. And we nearly had it too if it weren't for that meddling kid.
Very stand-up gent. Although I heard he's lying down right now, but still, in a metaphorical sense, he's a stand-up gent.
He totally is.
Oh my goodness.
By Jove. You mean to say... What an extraordinary coincidence.
That's right, that's all it was. It was a coincidence. We just happened to be there at the scene of the crime with the gun went off. We didn't shoot nobody. Why would we shoot anybody, right?
We're just thieves. We don't murder people, do we, Nash?
That's right, that's very right.
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder.
Sordid affair it wasn't always got a box.
Order!
Wait a minute. Did you take that boxer and the pawnbrokery all the way here? For crying out loud!
The various...
Plot twist. That's the box containing whatever it was.
Oh, what's the other disc? Like the other music disc or something?
Well, it was a box. I don't think we know what's in it, but...
Oh, that would be weird, wouldn't it? It
Plot
just
twist.
happened to be that one.
Yeah.
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future.
Ow!
With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulking, You will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
Happy to.
All right. Oh, wait, so we got to do.
Okay.
So, all right. So, 3, 2, 1.
Happy
to.
Because a skulking.
Because a skulking's never skulking.
That was almost perfect, and then you, Taylor, you bottled it at the last second.
I don't know. I probably went too fast.
No. It was Taylor.
Don't blame Taylor.
It was Taylor.
Get out of it!
Oh God, they're like a little pair of raccoons, aren't they?
Illegal.
Oh, is that where they have the fruit?
I don't know.
Well, because
I was walking down Baker Street in the small hours and the gaff's door was ajar, see?
It was like some kind of sign. Begging for us to go in, it was.
Beggar, he's absolutely right. But once we got inside, cold blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room.
We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet, like a fish.
Like a fish. You stupid Norbert.
A terrible coincidence, it would seem.
Hey, it's right, isn't it, Ringo? Terrible coincidence, just absolutely terrible.
It really is, Nash.
At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
Ringo, what's a miscreant?
I don't know.
Is it delicious?
I don't know if it's that stuff that throws through the sewers, all the floaters you get.
I thought that was that little curved pastry, the French one.
That's a croissant.
I don't know where this is going.
Ow!
a cross aunt.
Cross aunt.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime
I
scene
don't know where I'm going. I've lost it.
in every detail.
That's right, Ringo and I talked over it right before we came in, didn't we, Ringo?
You're supposed
Ow.
to say that, you bloody fool.
The door
Oh, whoopsie.
The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case.
No, please don't.
Still, the defense may cross-examine the witness now. Of course. Counsel, if you please.
Oh, bother.
Counsel?
Yes.
I like the little. I don't know if I imagined his lip twitched. It's
I don't
like
know.
a uh-oh.
What's the matter, Bruno?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence by a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand.
He just called us liars, Ringo. He just said we was liars.
It'll be a good job I'm behind this stand, because let me tell you, I'll give him what for. I'll put this apple somewhere where that sun don't shine.
We might go up apples and pears, but we don't tell no porcupines, do we, Ringo?
No, we don't. Honest as God we are.
This is too amusing. This is too funny. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is.
Smiling iris.
I
Swords.
believe in you, Bruno. You can do it.
Prepare to duel. Allow me to cut through those words.
Dang it, P, I was gonna do that.
So, press.
Press everything.
Yep.
Hold it! The front door of Windibank's was ajar, you say?
Well, it was not a jar specifically, as it was open. You see, the door was not actually a jar, but it was open. You get
I
it?
think he knows that, Nash.
Ow.
The front door of Windibank's was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo?
That face.
Ah!
Look at the gormless expression in the
So
portrait.
I'm not going to look at him. I'm not going to look at him. Just don't look at him. Yeah, I'll say so. Right, Sulky?
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning. Just as every slid of herder Just
He went
like
full
every
on
other
Scottish.
shop in town.
He went full Scottish just then. We just couldn't
Oh
get
my
a word.
God.
That's it. When the Scottish becomes too great. Oh dear.
It was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
That face, man. I just. What is that?
I don't
Just
know.
what is that?
Oh, not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone. I say, leave me alone. No, I just want to live in my swamp and piss. There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment,
Oh, you hear that? He called us gentlemen, Ringo.
Oh, it's nice.
the
We've been called
accused,
worse.
Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
I thought a muzzle was what you put on a dog, Ringo.
I'm going to put one on you in a minute if you don't shut up.
Well, I don't think you could fit anything like that around my chin. Hey, the thing's the size of a bloody mountain.
You know the trouble I have trying to
Objection!
purchase helmets. That's why we can't have a motorbike and sidecar, Ringo. I've always
I've got to buy 3 extra chin straps for this thing.
I've always wanted a motorbike, Ringo. You know it's my dream.
When I got a shave, I start in the morning and I'm not done till sundown.
That is pure conjecture.
Objection hearsay.
Yeah.
I understood that reference.
Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder. Simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened.
Hold it! What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo?
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
It weren't no whim. I'm dead sure of that.
It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time.
You just don't find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it. Look at me stroking me chin again. This, I can't even fit my hand around the thing.
If it's a baby's bottom, it is. It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside.
They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, do you mind?
Sorry.
That's mine on, Nash.
I'm sorry, Ringo.
I'm gonna get you that muscle, boy. Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke what looked like our bruv.
I said, cut it out. I don't get paid enough for this nonsense. Those chips are getting a chomping today.
Oh no.
Call blimey lummy. Hold it! A gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that.
It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself, the one he constantly was waving at his own forehead, unfortunately, and to the great disparagement and distress of everyone around him.
Yeah.
Including us.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Mr. Windibank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember, which in retrospect seems very unsafe. When we examined it, we found the When we examined it, we found the revolver. The revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Windibank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded.
That's true. I remember him. I don't actually remember him saying
I
that.
do.
Yeah, he does. He
I
did,
remember
yeah.
him saying that as well.
And I've got a really terrible memory, and I remember it.
Yeah, well done, Pete.
So, yeah.
Remembered. Bloody hell.
So, we can say with considerable certainty that he shot himself, right?
Oh, God.
That only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon.
Nope.
Yes, my lord, we can.
How do you explain the bullet in the calendar?
Well, different gun.
But if there's only one gun lying around.
There's only one gun lying around. That doesn't mean that another one wasn't there and taken away.
Well, I mean, you've ever had a killing Tom? He was just trying to kill the calendar.
God's sake. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Wonderful. Simply wonderful.
I suppose, yeah, there would be another gun. They shot her, like, did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold it! Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning. Not much to see by, especially when our eyes already have shadows around them.
And I'm going to take his word for it because I can't even reach that gap in the door, really. So it's all on Nash, really. Of course, the door was in behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
Oh, well, you turned a rabbit, Ringo.
Well, Nash, yeah.
We was concerned for the welfare of the person behind the door, right?
I suppose you have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Yeah, we're the opposite of normal. Non-normal.
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. Obviously, these gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
All right. Somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsels. So, I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Okay.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
Well, it was Bedlam soon as, wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me ducks out me Lucy lockets.
Oh, pull me hands out my pockets.
Yep.
So with no time to take your hands out... Apparently Ryunosuke knows copy
Wow,
rhyming.
he's very fluent in it now.
So with no time... Well, you spent a few evenings around Gina and you start to learn quickly.
Oi,
So with no
watch
time to
your
take your
mouth.
hands out of your pockets, you just left, nice and quietly, you say.
Oh, yes, we did. Nice and quiet, like church mice. That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers.
We are, Nash.
The skulls are really more for effect, really. I mean, we don't actually dispense death. We just like the leitmotif. Ain't that right, Ringo?
It is, Nash, it is right. We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out me Lucy lockets.
Lucy
I think you
Lockett.
just said that, Ringo.
Shut up, I'm saying it again.
He just said that!
Dramatic effect. Nash.
You're all right there, Ringo.
I'm fine, I just got to put my teeth back in.
Push the button, you donut!
So you clearly like us to believe.
Hey, come again.
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Saints alive! They fired a gun, you say?
Blimey, Governor.
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was.
Oh, bugger. The bleeding Nora.
Didn't you mention that before? You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun. At London's greatest detective, Sherlock Sholmes.
Uh-oh.
They shot the great Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, I did hear that, actually.
I did hear that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
The great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away.
What? I mean, what? Counting what? I've never been good at counting, but I don't know what it has to do with anything.
And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession.
Oh, I was holding that for a friend, I was.
Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it.
Accidental discharge.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, my goodness.
The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's very small over there. Could someone bring it over so that I can see? Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle. As you say, Counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence, mainly so that I can actually
This is why
see it.
in my home country we simply toss gun over bridge into water. I mean,
Yada yada.
glug, 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 glug.
Now, my learned Nipponese friend,
Yes?
here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection! Well, I don't need evidence. Because I was there.
Oh, yeah. Objection! However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim,
He's got a rash, Ringo. That's a poor thing.
we
then.
shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on.
What if I run right now?
Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windibank's that night. The calendar? Oh!
Calendar.
Oh! That was the calendar. It got hit. The calendar got hit.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what it
The
was.
court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night?
I guess if that's the case, then I guess the green blood is Herlock's.
Right,
Let's
see.
There's
Why
the
is
calendar.
I know, but the calendar isn't like it's in the portfolio. Like,
Well, that should
That
be
should be
enough,
it.
right?
well, can we just show them the portfolio? It's all right. I'm just thinking of.
think so.
I'm just thinking of the usual Ace Attorney thing, where it's like this is specifically the thing. All right.
Take that!
Okay.
The evidence is in this portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I just was a bit like, but it's not specifically that. Okay, so
What on earth do you have there, counsel?
It's a portfolio.
A port what?
During the course of our
You go ahead.
during the course of our
Go on, you. Please continue.
we discovered a number of bloodstains.
yada. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you.
Zeiks, for goodness sakes, that piece of racist.
Well, anyway, I mean, the police don't exactly have access to a small child with a gun that can turn blood into different colors depending on who it came from, now do they? We analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
Actually, I've just realized, like, Ryunosuke could be like, you be quiet there, Mr. Van Zeiks, otherwise this small child with this gun will turn you into a cat flap.
Oh no, I've got an extra special gun for him.
Oh no.
It's called the Batomat.
The Batabat?
And you claim to have the evidence this court is demanding therein? Therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once.
Ringo, what's pertinent mean?
What do you have in What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
Well, it's going to be this one, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pop. The first.
Take that!
What is that? Explain.
It's a photographic print taken at Windibank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears that it's covered in some sort of green substance. It appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Because I would have thought he would see the version that is green.
You'd think.
Right. Yes, as your lordship as your lordship noticed,
As your lordship.
the bullet pierced Mr. Windibank's calendar. Unfortunately, they were not able to save the date.
For God's sake. Ah! Pain, physical pain.
The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's
The
death.
very-
Also, this is an Ace Attorney game. If we didn't make insufferable puns, where would the
The
humor
16th of April, the very day that Van Zeiks can't say.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes This is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbroker's that night.
Nuts!
Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeiks?
Straight.
Upright. If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, prosecution has no objection.
What?
Take that!
Oh, not again! I've got to clean it up now!
But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Repugnance.
Repugnance? Isn't that a dog,
I
Ringo?
think it is.
Yes. On the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally.
Well, I don't know if I would characterise it that way. I mean, we went through an open door. It's not really breaking in, is it?
And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Right? Yeah! Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup!
We had a deal. You weren't gonna get it into them details. Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight.
I have nothing to add. Nothing. So he knew, did he? Van Zeiks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes.
It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeiks?
As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brothers' gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windibank at all.
So that's it.
What?
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do.
I like
so
they
happy.
missed every single one. Well, except for that last one there.
We didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder.
We didn't succeed, did we? Oh, I mean, that's got to not be that bad, right?
Quite a catalogue, eh, fellas?
In for it now, bruv.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized, I guess. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because that is how you spell patronized as well. But in this case, he was a patron of him, so it would seem the man But goddammit, it would seem the man patronized.
We just went through this.
I know. The he just said that. The pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly.
Where's he going with this?
Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who?
Not me. Don't give me that look.
He
Point the gun at him. Over there, that way.
He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh! That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
Oh, like a bomb!
Don't, you bloody idiot. Don't mention that word in court. No one ever's arrested for trying to set the bloody court on fire. Trying to blow it up.
Something else like an egg timer. Right, an egg, and then when it hatches, it just blows a hole in things.
Oh, blimey.
It's a grenade,
Ray.
It's called a grenade.
Ringo, stop hitting me, Ringo. Ringo!
You bloody fool!
Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed.
The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question.
Quite a lot of photos.
That is a lot of photos.
Jesus.
Oh, the fade out makes it so we're not going to see things. Be nice if it just like went snap, 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 snap. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite a desultory
Ringo, what's a desultory mean?
desultory
Well, I
fashion.
think that's if you hit someone.
If you desult them.
Salt.
Oh, I thought it was if you, remove salt from something so it tasted less salty.
It could be, I don't know, Ringo.
Order! Order!
Nash, rather.
Will you
I'm Nash, you're Ringo.
Will you
bloody hell, forgot who we
will
are
you
now.
please be quiet?
Sorry.
Or I'll hold you in contempt of court. Again.
Oh, bloody hell.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
But he didn't put one in the storeroom where the valuables were
No.
kept. That seems like a slight oversight.
Maybe. I don't know.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour? I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
Oh, how convenient.
It's a bit of Friar Tuck, ain't it, bruv?
Lady loves a sulking. Skulking, rather.
Skulking!
Skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
Oh, round a freckle past her hair.
What?
Must have been just after 1. Right, bruv?
Bloody hell, Nash, you need a tic-tac, mate. Close your gob. Must have been, Nash, must have
Well,
been.
I ain't stole a toothbrush this week, have I?
Sake. Must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Oh dear.
Good Lord! It's the defendant.
Oh bother.
Gina, this would have been a good thing to mention before the case began.
Miss Gina Lestrade.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness.
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom.
Quite. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence.
Oh, no, you don't really need to do that, Your Honor. I mean, surely we can maybe just toss it into the fire.
If you please, counsel.
The photographic print of Gina has been entered into the court record.
I don't believe it. Ginny?
In short, the accused is the only person who could have killed Mr. Windibank.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I say, my lord. Who's that going to be?
I don't know.
Gregson?
I say, my lord.
Shocking.
I say, my lord. I wonder if I might put a word in at this point.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand, 1880, don't you know? Oh, my goodness, this maid, please stop. Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Mr. Garadeb, could you perhaps get to the point of the story?
Oh, goodness me. Oh, stop it.
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
you
how
don't-
she
you-
breathes on that.
Oh, you-
Polishes.
Oh, God. Goodness me.
Dustings.
That does make me...
Ticker.
Oh, it makes me think of things, it does. It gives me a little bit of an idea. Oh, goodness, keep on polishing. Go on,
Mr.
love.
Garrett!
Yes, Mr. Foreman. And, what exactly is your point?
Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. Battle of daily life, if you like. Considering the stick I have to live with. And here I am now, leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true, except for this delightful young one here beside me. And we all will all go down together. You mark my words. Once and for all. Oh, sorry,
very
one for
flushed,
all
isn't
and
he?
all for one.
I love how embarrassed he is.
With the other one where he's smoking the pipe, he keeps peeking at her as well.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we're
was that what he was saying?
Is that what we are to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct?
In
It's a good show. He speaks bloviation.
a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garadeb squadron's position, sir.
What? No, it's too soon to make a judgment here.
Status report for the court, men. On the double. Goodness.
His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too.
Oh, I do like myself a prompt lady. I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it, especially if I increase the depth slider on the 3DS console. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Oh my goodness, what is this strange bulge poking out in my stomach? It seems to be ticking. Oh my, that is a bit odd.
Well, at least I always know what time it is.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
Something tells me that the truth is going to be unclear in a moment, and they will deny
I
it.
am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
I like the little mouse.
I like the mouse. He's
The
very
mouse
cute.
is very cute.
I name him Merrill.
Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, because he can't
touch
use his
anything
hands.
because of the gloves.
Because he's
He's
like,
like a surgeon, isn't he? He can't touch stuff.
What did he do?
He just
like-
headbutted it.
Yeah, face first.
Because he's got gloves on and he's holding his hands up like a surgeon because they can't touch anything. He just went bonk and like
Yeah.
headbutted the button.
It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already.
That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned.
But Ginny didn't shoot him.
No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Yeah, very well. The court grants permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
It's worked every other time I've beaten you.
We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination.
But before we do,
What?
I'm afraid we're out of time once again.
But Mr. Foreman! Mr. Foreman!
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Judge. Court is now not in session.
Oh, bugger. Well, I suppose we shall have to adjourn for the day.
Yes, we'll have to call a recess.
Indeed.
Ringo, what's adjourn mean?
I don't bloody know, Nash. God's sake, stop. I'm not a human dictionary.
Well, everybody, if you, for some reason, happen to like the silly stuff that we do, why don't you hit that like button, drop a comment down below. We do read them all, and we do try and reply to them all. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. It really helps us out. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!
And remember, if you're going to pitch something, don't get caught on camera. Ha ha!